Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to show you a little trick I learned back when I used to do birthday parties. As some of you might know that I used to be a birthday clown. Now, when it came to birthday parties, a lot of parents would end up getting the helium tanks and just, fill the balloons that way that they usually get, or they go to like a party store and they get the whole bunch of balloons, and that gets really expensive. Because a helium tank will run you about $20, $25 depending on which brand you do. Now, here's a little neat trick I picked up. If you don't want to use helium because, kids will pull them down and suck on the helium, and you don't want to end up losing a whole bunch of balloons in the process, this is a really easy and cheap trick to get really amazing looking balloons without having to use any helium. So really, one of these things would cost you 15 cents, maybe 10 cents. I used, for this one, Walmart balloons. They have these little kits. Well, not little kits, bags. 72 in these ones. You can get individual ones with 10 or 12. And then you just get regular ribbon spool. And let me just show you. I still have my pump, so, enjoy it. You can also blow them up by mouth. I just don't like doing that. I'm already used to using one of these pumps. Doesn't have to be all the way full. Just large enough. It'll stay. Now you're gonna only use 3. You can use 4, but you won't get the same, trifecta going on. Try to keep them unison, also. Just so you don't have, one lopsided balloon. You're just going to tie your first 2 together, just in a double knot. I'll set that down. And we'll get the third one. It reminds me of the good old days. Tie that. And with this one, you don't really need to tie it. You just need to wrap it around the previous 2 since they're already tied. Make sure that you're crossing both balloons. And I always like to take the one I'm twisting and go around. Just not the nozzle. Alright, so now they're all 3 connected. And we're going to start cutting our ribbon. I like to do maybe a foot length, because when we shear it, it's going to wind up. And you don't want it to be too short. You don't have to be exact too on your cutting. Nobody really is going to give a flying fudge. But 3 of each color. Try to match it up to your balloons too. Unless you're doing a rainbow party. Then you can pick whatever colors you want to. So I'm just going to cut these down. Now we're not going to tie them just yet, not until we get all of them cut, because you don't want to end up having a giant ball of just plain knots in the middle. I mean, yeah, it would be easier to attach the balloons like that, but keep in mind we're going to be attaching a longer strand to the bottom here, so you don't want to confuse your knots. That would be very naughty. Bad. Now on this channel we do, I do a lot of crafting. My brother is going to be getting into the Ed and Eddie stuff, so he'll be dressing up as Ed, which is the dumb one. I know he wants to do a lot of them. He wants to do the Kangaroo Sister sandwich and the human-sized whack-a-mole, which I know is going to be a lot of fun to do. So he'll be on the channel a little bit later, once he gets back from his dealing. If you don't know, me and my whole family are all casino dealers. So if you have any questions about that, please leave a comment. And I'll probably do a video on the life of a dealer. It's actually not that hard. Alright, I already put a single knot in the middle here. So now we're just going to fray these using our craft scissors. Give yourself about 2 inches from your knot. Be careful with this, because you might cut yourself on the blade of the scissors, depending on how sharp they are. Push your finger against the scissors and against the ribbon. So your ribbon's going to come up and over your scissors. You're just going to hold it there with your finger. Again, watch yourself with the blade. Right now, you're going to hold your scissors and you're going to pull it away. So, there you go. Makes it a little curly tail. Look at it. It's like a little pigtail. We're going to do that to all of them, because we don't want any straight ribbons. We'll save that till the end. And it doesn't matter if they're big loops, tiny loops. You know, nobody's really going to critique your looping. If one does end up a little bit straight, just pass over it again with the scissors. It'll curl it out really nice. So I'm just going to do 2. See, that one came out a little bit straight, so I'm just going to pass right over it again. This is a little neat idea that's going to save you on wrapping also. So instead of buying those $3 bows that look all curly like this, you can do it yourself. Plus you can customize them to any kind of colors that you want. I've done this for a while, so I could do 2 at a time, but you could do one at a time. Alright. We got both sides done. So it looks like this. Yay! We're going to put that off to the side. We're going to do the larger string down now. It's about the same thing, but it's going to be a lot more streamer to this. And we just want to fray off the bottom, not the top. So we're going to give ourselves about 4 feet. You know, a good arm's length of ribbon, because it's going to be folded in half. And this one we're only going to do 2 of each instead of 3. Just so, you know, there's less for a little kitty over there, if you have a cat, to try to go after. So, and if you have a cat, well, this is also good for cat toys. Because apparently cats like streamers and anything that's curly that they can hunt down. I have dogs, so they like anything that will move. Again, try to keep them unison in size, just so you don't have any weird stragglers. You don't want one to be way too long and somebody trips on it. About right there. And we could save these spools for other party ideas. I do want to do a special one on making piñatas, because that'll save you about $25. Alright. With this one, we're actually going to do our latch hook knot. So, fold it in half to make a little ring. We're going to put our main one in the middle, I'm going to show you. So you got the ring in the middle, up on the top, and we're just going to take the rest of our strings, we're going to pass it right through the middle of that ring. So it's going to connect everything. You won't have to worry about adding tape here and adding tape there. And just pull it tight. Try to keep it around where the main knot is on your strings, so it looks like a little bow tie. Yay! Again, you can leave it straight, so it's got a little bit of a squirrel. A little bit of a swirl going on, or you could fray the bottom like we did with the top one. I like fraying the bottom. I also like squirrels. Little fun fact. So I'm just going to do a light fray, so we get some basic loops, but nothing like overly crazy on the top. See? It's a little bit more swirly at the bottom. Now, we take our balloons, and we're just going to run it up through the middle. We're going to tie we're basically going to use the big strands as our knotting mechanism. So separate that out, and just loop it up, come back down, and we're going to loop it up to the other side. You really don't want to get the ribbon caught like I'm doing now, because it's a pain in the butt. Pull it out, because you don't know which end's up and which end's down. So we're just going to pull that down and pull this up. Voila! We got a little bit of a ribbon balloon, and you just tape it to the wall wherever your streamer is going to end. We all know how to do streamers, right? Yeah? Yeah, okay, good. So, just tape it up. You could have multiple ones in all the corners, some in the middle of the wall. It's going to save you money on the helium tanks. Not to mention the kids aren't going to choke on these kind of balloons. Like with the helium ones, they could start sucking down the helium and all of a sudden they choke on the balloons. So this is a fun little idea to decorate. You can use any kind of balloons, any kind of ribbon. Of course, I like to use cheap, because we're not going to be having them up there for like 3 months. Alright, so guys, thank you for watching again. And, you know, if you like this kind of stuff, if you like the party ideas, I could show you more. Like face painting, easy face painting, selfie, what was I going to say? Like selfie, posters that you can make by hand instead of having to buy the whole selfie kits and everything. And just like fun little things to keep the kids occupied and not destroying half your house. So guys, thank you for watching, and if you want to share this around, go right ahead for people that really don't know how to decorate for parties. Alright, and guys, if you have anything you want me to show you, I think the next one I'm going to put up, I still got oatmeal on here. Sorry if you didn't watch the one before, it was the Ed and Eddie, I still got oatmeal on my mouse. But I'm going to show you how I make a lot of my cosplay. Some of you might know that are on my Facebook. I do a lot of cosplaying, and I do some furry costuming. I actually have my original, one of my original heads right here. Let me scoot off. No, camera! No! Alright, if you've been to Anthrocon, this is Pixie. She was one of my first cosplay heads. Well, costumes. So I'm going to, on the next one, I'm going to show you how I do a lot of the costuming that I make. Alright, so guys, again, if you like what you see, go ahead, comment on anything you want me to do, any kind of art projects, or any kits you've seen at Walmart, or Target, or anywhere. And thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. I didn't shoot the camera last time, so I'm going to do a double. Pew pew! Okay, have a great day. Bye!